Okay, so now we know what a ULA is. Why did so many organizations sign up to a ULA in the first place? Mark B, if I could get your thoughts on that.
Yeah, thanks, Anne. There's a lot of clients signed up to this. I mean, thousands and thousands globally have signed up to this kind of licensing agreement. And there are some decent reasons why you would enter into a ULA. As we put on the screen here, unlimited usage. I might have said about how much they are limiting and not so much unlimited, but actually for the product set and product stack that you've got in a ULA, you can use unlimited numbers of those products for the duration of the term. So that has a tremendous advantage for companies who are significantly growing and scaling as an organization and maybe can't even estimate or forecast even how many databases or whatever it is they're putting into the ULA. And for that reason, it's great for a scaling organization. So anyone who's scaling fast, and over the years, many companies go through high growth periods, ULA can be a very useful mechanism to license Oracle from, because potentially if you do it right, and you get the numbers right, you can potentially get free licenses and free support effectively during the term. And if it's managed right, there's some goodness there. Another reason for getting into a ULA is the initial cost helps with financial planning. Of course it does. If you know your Oracle spend for the next 3 years is going to be X, IT likes that, finance likes that, auditing like that, exactly where your numbers are going to be. So there's going to be no spikes and troughs. There's going to be no running back to the CFO for extra budget to buy extra licenses because you just underestimated. All of those games are gone, and you can sit back and just enjoy the product and drive value out of it. And the third reason on the list here is it's a simple bundled agreement. And a lot of Oracle customers who've been with them for many, many years have grown up with Oracle and have started lots of different products and projects. They've got lots of contracts out there with different end dates, different products mixed and matched. They've acquired companies. So it's quite a mess of contractual obligations to Oracle, not only to manage and for billing purposes and asset management purposes, but it's a lot of mess. So why not simplify everything into one agreement, one ULA, and just go forward on that? Simplified billing, simplified administration, one simple bundled agreement. It's very appealing. Mark, did you want to cover the other 3 items on the list?
Thanks, Mark, and you made some great points there. With they can look very attractive at the outset, and I'll come on to that in a little bit on the business case one. But yes, also the lower risk of audits. If you agree with Oracle that you're doing a lot of projects and you've got lots of software that you want to use, and they know that at the end of a 3-year period there's going to be a true up, and basically they're going to then write a line under it and say, right, there's your license grant. Then they know that you're in the midst of everything, and so there's a lower risk of audits, potentially. As we come on to explain a bit later, that's not necessarily always the case, but at the outset you're looking at that and you're thinking, well, yeah, great, we know what we're doing, we're going to set off on that journey, and we're not going to have to worry about somebody knocking on the door wanting to count the number of licenses we're using all the time. And there really is a compelling business case for these things when you look at them at the start. Oracle speaking to you saying you can have as much software as you like, and you say to them, well, I think I want to use 50 CPUs worth of licenses of database for these systems here, and you agree a price for those 50 CPUs, and then in 3 years' time you finish your projects and you find that you've actually used 150, your quid's in because you've only paid for 50, and it sounds great. And it's a fantastic business case at the start, so you're eager to sign up because it looks such a great deal. And also, back in the day, people always used to have an Oracle or maybe a Microsoft strategy. Your IT strategy was based around, I'm going to use everything that Oracle's got, and that's my strategy. And so what people did was kind of just buy the farm and then say, well, I'm going to use all this stuff because I've made an Oracle strategy. So it tended to be back in the day to be Oracle or Microsoft. If you're a smaller company, you did Microsoft. If you're a bigger company, you did Oracle, and that was it. And so these ULAs, a lot of them are older. They still do sell some, but a lot of them are historic. They might be 3, 6, 10, even 15 years old, some of them. But when you had an Oracle strategy, it seemed a great deal. So compelling reasons. Mark, anything to add?
No, I think you summarized it really well.